Hey guys, Deju22 here, and welcome to the draft. And I understand that this may be a little late for some, and I understand that this might be later than what some people would say. So you'll be taking your travels. You'll be right there, TJ. All right. Well, thankfully, in your case, you're not the first pick. You're actually the eighth pick, but still, I am happy to say that that's the case in this particular matter there, Mr. Joshua. So, but I'll certainly let you finish up. And of course, there's Joker himself. And yeah, I'm just also double and triple checking if anything else is in play. Wait, I thought hang on a moment. I thought what's her I thought LD was picking, or did you decide to, or did you get cold feet and decide to come on in? But and is it for the Giants? Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, hello to Patty as well. Great to see you. And okay, seriously, what is wrong with my freaking OBS now? Usually my OBS doesn't crap out like this. I'm hopeful that this is just a one-off. But anyway, great to see you there, Patty. Or maybe you did say something, I just forgot. But in case you need to step in for like maybe LD or something, let me do that. Let me send you the list here. Well, I mean, well, here's the list that let me send you the list here. I was just gonna say, like, who are you taking over for? Yeah, yeah. And also hello to Tenu, and then I see who else. LD is here. All right, great. LD is here, and Mr. P's here. All right, there's Mr. P. I wasn't sure if Mr. P was on his way, but he is. I'm gonna start that actually next week, if not the week after that, with its draft. But I'm happy that you're here because at least now I know that you can make the picks and stuff like that. Also, hello to Troy as well. But I sent you the list to Joker in collaboration with LD. You know, given that this is LD's first time drafting, so I decided to send you on that. Yeah. But I don't have. You know what? It's too bad, Mr. P. You don't have uh what is it? That you don't have Discord. Otherwise, I'd have sent you a list. But no worries. I will help you out as much as I can possibly help you out with. It's just too bad I don't. It's just too bad that you don't have Discord. Otherwise, I'd have given you a list or something. But anyway, your most crucial spots. Crucial spots include for the Giants, um, outside linebacker. I can't even talk. Outside linebacker, kicker, punter, defensive tackle, and center. Those are your most critical spots there. Okay. I have Discord, just don't use it. Mm, at least if you do have it, then I can at least send you stuff. But no worries though, Mr. P. I will help you out as much as I can, based on what you have. and who I have to fill out the roster of created players to put on your teams. In this case, the New England Patriots. So, so there's that, and by the way, you're actually number 2 overall, in the sense that this is based on the records of the teams as of the completion of the previous season. So there's that. After your stream, all right, cool. Leo for center. Let's see if is he on the board? Where's Leo? Let me make sure. I want to make sure I. Where's Leo? Leo. Yes, he is on the board. And you do get Leo. All right, let me put Leo. Now, of course, I don't have the actual player of Leo because I wanted to make sure that he was drafted for the position that he was intended for. Oh, absolutely, Carlos. All right, so Leo as a center. So that the next time you see him, you'll see him as a center. All right, you got it. Well, thank you so much, LD, for the first pick. Okay, New York Giants. Okay. All right, so that's one down. So the next pick goes to Mr. P and the New England Patriots. Now, I'll just go over what your team's needs are. That way, I can give you a better idea as to who's available for those positions. Like, for example, you need a kicker, or actually, let me move over to the AFC East so you can see your logo. There. Hey, what's up, Jesse? So you guys, so the Patriots, they need a kicker, they need offensive tackle or two, and a strong safety. Those are the biggest needs of position. So so I hope you guys hopefully the video quality is up to snub. Let's see who's an offensive tackle. I'm happy you asked. All right, let me separate this here. Let me sort. Okay, offensive tackle. So you have the likes of Matt Storm, Louis Levanquer, and then you also have a guy by the name of Riley, and probably one that you do recognize, Gregory Blakely, aka Dragonheart. So Dragonheart is so so yeah. Out of all those guys, like Matt Storm and Dragonheart, those guys are offensive tackles. But there's a couple of other guys that, if you know them, you'd be like, oh yeah, I would have liked to have them as offensive tackles and things like that. But also hello to primetime Sean Sanders. Great to see you, buddy. Okay, let's see who he picks. Yeah, you're on the list though. Matt Storm, you got him. Matt Storm is a really good pick. I mean, Matt Storm is one of those guys you could put him anywhere on the field and he would get the job done. So you got it, my friend. Does that mean I get to go to the New York Giants? Oh yeah. Well, that is if no one else picks you. Oh, what position are you? Before I get to that, um, currently you are at linebacker, but that was just because before the draft, that was the biggest need of position, but you fill that out. And all right, so offensive tackle. Let me put that down. So yeah, new. So yeah, offense or not offensive. Uh, linebacker is your current position there. Since you're helping LD, oh, absolutely. And, okay, hun. Aw. You remember Matt from Blaze's stream? Yeah, Matt, he's awesome. I gotta say that. Okay, so there was a pass trade that happened in season 19 that affects season 20. Mm-hmm. Well, before I get to that, Carlos, so there was a trade that took place last season, but the simple gist of it is that the Dallas Cowboys, who would have picked next, have 2 second-round picks, and basically the result of the trade resulted in the Cowboys having 2 second-round picks, and the Buffalo Bills having 2 first-round picks. So that means that instead of the Cowboys picking, it is the Buffalo Bills picking next. But for prime time is of course the GM of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and of course his team is not that far off from his turn. But right now I need to go and get Atticus Black, and of course this will continue until all the picks are made. So let me get Mr. Atticus Black. I'm just going to let Mr. Atticus Black know. But it's great. But I want to say hello once again to Mr. P because I haven't seen him in a while. So I want to give him a warm welcome. Can I be a safety? I mean, you could if well, I mean, I'll see what I can do, Mr. P. Or you can draft a safety if you wish. But I'll see what I can do. I'm not gonna promise everything, but I'll do what I can. There's Mr. Atticus Black. Awesome. Welcome back to the show there, Mr. Joshua James. And with time to spare, my friend. But yes, up next would have been the Dallas Cowboys Xander Black picking, but instead it's going to be Atticus slash Dolmada making the pick for the Buffalo Bills. And there's the Buffalo Bills. Who's the safety first? All right, I'll let you see. So you have someone named Jalen Hawkins as the starter, and Craig Woodson. So those are your starting safeties, though. So yeah, if you want to switch to safety, that's fine. But it's just it's basically just the switching of positions that's going to be an absolute headache. But hey, if you want to, I'm fine. But okay, I'll do what I can, Mr. P. But I'm not going to promise you everything. That's all I'm asking for. For wait, 1903. But yeah, but okay. But I mean, between the two, like free safety, strong safety, what if you're gonna switch to safety? Which one would I switch you to if I was to do it? I'm just I'm just naturally curious now. So so while Atticus looks at his draft board, we'll go from there. And I'll make sure to put a note on it so I can remember to switch to safety if that's the case. Okay. Oh, right, right. Let me go back to this board here. I'm using this as a way to there we go. But yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate that. You got it. Has Storm been taken? Sadly, he was taken, and he was taken by the team that just drafted him, though. If Joker wants on my team, he's helping. You'll allow it? Well, that's fine. Anyway, but no, Storm has been taken, sadly. He was just taken by the New England Patriots. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Uh, and of course, my handle on Discord is the same as my YouTube name, so it shouldn't be that hard to find my name, and I'll add you there. No worries there, Brandon. Shelly. Oh, uh, Damian Shelly, I believe. Where's Damian? Damian. Oh, at offensive guard. Yeah, Shelly's available. Shelly's available. I haven't seen Matt Storm personally, but I'm hopeful that I can see him again before long. But yeah, Damian Shelly is available. You'll take him as an offensive guard or some other position of Atticus. Okay, at the very least, I'll put Damian Shelley. Damian. That is, if I can get this stupid pen to work. And also, hello to Wally. And then Joshua says he has his picks though. Oh, you have to see what you need first. Okay, not a problem. But you have your guy. You have Damian Shelley. But yeah, included is not just the player and the current position, but also the positions one that player can play as well. All right, so Buffalo Bills, you got it. And then after this, it'll be uh, AJ's picks, but unfortunately he's at work. But thankfully he gave me his draft board, so I can keep him at offensive guard. You got it. Oh, offensive guard. You got it. You got it, my friend. All right, so next up is the Miami Dolphins, but of course, like I said, uh, AJ had to go to work. So unfortunately, or fortunately, he gave me his draft board. Oh, okay. And I might have to do the same for another team in just a moment. Let me see. Let me get his draft board. Hold on. Okay, he's got it. So the person that he wants to get first, his first pick, oh yeah, is Patty Chase. What team am I on the draft? You haven't been drafted yet though. That's exactly right there, Miss Patty there. Yep. Anyway, but yeah, Patty Chase herself is his first pick. And and of course he wanted me to draft, and he also wanted me to help him draft according to need. And one of them was at kicker, so Patty of course wants to not just kick ass but kick a ball, and she does just that. So I'm happy to say that Patty is now going to be a member of the Miami Dolphins there. Where's Patty? Patty? Oh, there's Patty. And then I saw somebody come in. Let me address that person there. All right, so Patty's good. She's good. I see Alicia in there. Great to see Alicia. Oh, of course you like kicking balls there. Now, unfortunately, the next person couldn't make it either, and that was Clinton. So he wanted me to auto draft for him. Anyway, yep, absolutely. That first pick was his pick, but the next pick that you make, Atticus, is your own first round pick. But yeah, the first pick that you made actually was his, or used to be his. But that is correct there, Atticus. There. Okay. So since I'm helping out Clinton with his draft board, I will help him immensely. So his biggest needs are at linebacker and at kicker. So in that case, if I know Clinton the way that I do, he might need somebody to help him. He might need somebody like you know what? He would probably pick somebody like Carol Parks to help. Given that Carol has been in the series for quite a long time and has won championships as part of different teams. But yeah, she would definitely pick, or sorry, he would pick Carol Parks. So let me get that for him. Oh, wrong team. There we go. All right, let me see. Carol is working right now. Absolutely. Oh, let me catch up on the chat. Oh, there's Xander Black. And of course, Xander has two second round picks, and we'll get to his picks at that point. Wait, do I have Tomara? Yep. Wait, Tomara. Where's Tomara? Tomara. Where's Tomara? Oh, okay. So I'll have to add. I'll either have to. Let me see. Can I believe? Yeah, I can make you a player for next season there, Tomara, since we already have all the stuff there. Can you send me a link to your Discord? Okay. Let me do that really quick. Let me up that there. Let me see. Yep, Wolf Knight of Osaka is in NHL, not NFL. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Where's can you send me a link to my Discord? Hmm. I'll have to. You know what? I'll have to send you a link to uh my own Discord server. I think it'll be easier to do it that way. Of course, the link is temporary, so just so you know that. Anyway, this is for Mr. P to get on in. All right, now we got that one though. That's a good question there, Joshua. Next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That would be our friend, primetime Sean Sanders. So let's see who he makes as his pick. Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Or I'm sorry. Hi, Mom and Penelope. Blaze McCoy at offensive tackle. You got it. Wait, let me make sure I have him first and foremost. Offensive tackle. Blaze McCoy. Wait, do I even have Blaze McCoy? Let me check again. Blaze McCoy. Blaze McCoy. Blaze McCoy. Blaze. Or actually, I don't even think I have Blaze McCoy. Or if I do, where is he? Where's Blaze? Actually, I don't even have Blaze McCoy now. I don't have Blaze McCoy. I mean, I can bring him back, but I don't have him right now. But but you did say offensive tackle, so there's a couple of other offensive tackles though. Yeah, but again, it's just I hadn't seen him all too often, but I can always bring him back though. Top. All right, so the top available ones include Gregory Blakely, aka Dragonheart. That's one, and then the others include Riley and Louis Levanquer, among those that are available right now. So there's that. All right. So then we have the Lions, and then of course we have the Commanders as the next two picks. Are all the people not on that list you sent? They should be. They should be, and that's the key word. Should be. But let me check again in case like if there's any errors on my part. But it should be there. Okay. Where's Yeah, it is. Yep, it is. It is. All right, going back to the can I go back to the game? There. Yes, it is still round 1, my friend. Because I didn't see Gregory on there and a few others you just named. Well, they were there. They were there. It's just that Dragonheart is named Gregory Blakely, and but yeah, I was going by his real name rather than his worked name. But he is, but yeah, that is him. So I apologize for that. And then okay, kind of random, kind of a random comment there. Anyway, so yes, Dragonheart, you got him. All right, let me get the Pittsburgh Steelers there. You got it. Dragonheart, aka Gregory Blakely. Gregory Blakely. I can't talk. And offensive tackle. All right. And then of course I have to decide which side of the ball, but offensive tackle it is. All right. Let me catch up on the. Yep, the next is the Lions. Yeah, and the Steelers do have 6 Super Bowls, and they won 4 of them in the 1970s, which is insane. But I'm very sorry about that, Atticus. But if you have any other questions, just let me know. and especially as we're getting close to your turn again, as we get to the lions. So now I need to let Jose. Can you see by the dawn's early light? Blanco know that he's up next. Oh, now I gotta. All right, I'm gonna give Jose a few minutes to get in. He probably is. If that's the case, then I'll have to go by his biggest needs. If that's the case, much in the same way as I would do uh, for Clinton and the Bengals, if that is the case. But no, I'll give him about a minute or two. And then speaking of which, let me move over. And there you see the Lions. Okay. Now there is one team that I'm kind of, if I'm silent, it's just because you're having dinner. Not a problem. Hey, this is like dinner and a movie, except it's not much of a movie. It's, if anything, it's more like an audiobook and a movie in a way. In a way. All right. Okay, so that's right, right. Thank you for reminding me there, Mr. Asriel Black. And you know what? I guess here's what I can do, and especially when we get to Atticus's proper turn in the second round, because he has two second round picks based on the trade that he made last season. And yes, this is a new Madden game. I'm very happy to say that this is a new one. And I'm not sure why Joshua has horns. Okay, well, enough time has passed, so wait, let me check my messages in case he reaches back to me. Okay, he didn't. Not yet. Uh-huh. Oh, well, thank you so much, Alicia. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Well, Xander. Yeah, Xander's the drafter, and Azrael's the player. It took me a while for even me to figure that out, Atticus. But no, Azrael was. That's what he meant. So even I made a mistake forgetting that it was the other way and not. But anyway, okay. So based on Jose's own team's needs, he needs a guard. He needs a center, a kicker, and a guard. So we need to get him a center. So if that's what he needs, then that's what he's going to get. And there are only three of them currently. So there's three of them. One is brand new. His name is Griffin Gamer. Another guy that's making his return is Switch Gaming, and the third is one that you've seen already. And that man is Tenu Miyalagin. So I'm wondering, you know what? If I know Jose the way that I do, he would probably pick the he would probably pick the person that he feels the most familiar with. He would probably pick Tenu if I know him, and that's probably what he would do. He would probably pick Tenu as his center. So by virtue of uh, process of elimination and process period, Tenu Mialagin is a Detroit Lion. So Tenu, how do you feel about being quote picked as a Detroit Lion? I don't know if that was Joshua's plan, but let's find out what Joshua picks because he's next. As we go back to the NFC East. Yep, Carlos is all right. I'm gonna be a player next season and let your son or daughter Andromeda draft for you. Okay, I'm leaning more closer to Andromeda since I'm more familiar with her. So, and plus Andromeda is a very smart young lady, and I could totally see her as the GM type. I could totally see it, but that's another time for another day. But let's find out what not Jose, Joshua has to say. Yep, drop Andromeda. Wait, you want me to be the kicker? Okay. If you want me to be your kicker, I will kick some butt like I always do. All right. So to Jew22 or TJ Toad, whatever you want to call me, as a kicker, I can also double as a punter too, since I can do that. But okay, you'll get to know Ezra when you get 2K26. Okay, understandable, understood. So me as a kicker, that's insane. But okay. Oh yeah, let me update my Excel sheet. What am I doing? So I get to be a kicker. That's insane, man. I never would have thought that. But wait, was that one of their biggest needs? Washington. Yeah, it was. Wow. Okay. Well, hey. Well, of course I am a wild card player, so it worked out. But yeah, I can kick. Laces out. Yeah, it was a shocker because I was not expecting that. Okay, so next up, yeah, most people wear a suit, or in the case of the ladies, or you know, or in the case of the ladies, not all of them, but some of them do. They'll wear a nice dress, but some will wear, but most people will wear a business suit. I think they'll just wear a business suit, maybe even a tuxedo, especially if they're one of the higher end picks as projected and stuff like that. So that could happen. Anyway, the next pick is the Buffalo Bills. Now, last time we had the Buffalo Bills, it was the pick that they got from the trade. This time, this is their own pick. So let's go back to Buffalo and let's see what they have. Do I still need an Do I still need an offensive guard? What's my other spot? Okay, let me take a look for you guys. Oh, thank you, Troy. All right. Um, so the other spot besides Shelly with as a guard. Let me see. So the other spots are as punter and strong safety. Those are your other big weaknesses. So punter and strong safety, though not necessarily in that order, but still. Well, first let's yeah, I mean understandable Tenu. Understandable Tenu. Oh yeah. Oh, you're oh, okay. Okay. Well, in that case, let me do that. Outside linebacker spots. All right, let me go over to outside linebacker. Oh, wait, let me do this. Let me go to the depth chart. It's easier that way. Okay. So of course, as I mentioned before, you do have oh wait, outside linebacker. Oh, and of course they name them for some reason they named it Sam and Will. I don't know why they did that, but those are outside linebacker spots. But anyway, the highest ranked is at 78 on the Sam, which is the strong side uh, linebacker core. And then on the weak side, you have 83. So between the two of them, you would need somebody on the weak side. Or, no, wait. No, I'm sorry. You need somebody on the strong side. So let's see. Hey, what's up, Jose? Well, you missed your pick, but I had to pick for you for the first one. If you want to know who it was, though, draft Mike Watson and put him there. Okay, you got it. So you got Mike Watson. Okay, Mike Watson. Let me get him. If I can get this stupid pen to work at outside linebacker. Okay. So, oh, right. Let me type this for Jose. 3 picks. Well, except for LD, since LD is purely a GM, and as such, LD has 4 picks. But of course, the fourth round pick is the only pick that LD gets, and is the quote unquote last pick in the draft. Oh, I'll get to that in a moment. Hold on. I'm just answering the question for Jose. So that's who you got. You got Tenumi Alagan as your center. But anyway, to answer the question of how many free agent picks you have. So let's see. Everybody except for one team has one free agent pick. It's the one you get for this year. And then the only team that has 2 picks is one they get for this year and one that carried over from the previous year. And it just so happened that the one that carried over from the previous year is in possession of your brother or your nephew, Xander, for the Cowboys. But otherwise, you have one free agent pick for this year, from this year, for this year. But yes, you did trade them away from last season, though. Okay, so now that we got that straightened out, next up is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, let me go back over here. Now, this is Monty Mole Sean's team, but I haven't seen Monty Mole Sean or Sean period. Hey, what's up, Riley? How you doing, man? So I'm gonna have to do what I'm doing for Cincinnati, and I'm doing for AJ to a degree, and that is to help with his team, which sucks, but it is what it is. But they have a lot of needs, so let's see who we have that can help with that. Did I forget anybody? Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot. I got to put Mike Wasson in there. Where's Mike Wasson? Mike Wasson. Yeah, Mike Wasson. Buffalo Bills. And as a linebacker there. I almost forgot to update that. Let me see who we have here. Eagles have been to 3 Super Bowls and they've won. No, wait. They've been to. I'm sorry. They've been to 4 Super Bowls. Or no, I'm sorry. 5 Super Bowls. They've been to 5 Super Bowls and they won 2 of them. I was gonna ask if I can trade one of my free agent picks to Monty for this pick since he isn't here. Okay, well, there's 2 ways you could do this. You can either trade. Let me see. You could trade one of your second rounders and a free agent pick for one of his first round pick. Let's see. Or you could trade two free agent picks for that first round pick, but then you just give him your free agent picks, and then he'd end up with five of those things. Or I'm sorry, not five, three of them. My bad. Bad math. So so in other words, what are you going to trade to Sean for this pick that you're about to trade for? TJ, you never went to pick him up, did you? Pick pick who up? The 22. No, no, not 22. You just have two free agent picks. Okay, yeah, you got it. Okay. That was a typo. Typo. TJ, you never. Let me see if I can read this right. I can't talk. You never went to pick him up, did you? Oh, Watson? Yes. No, no. I picked him up. I just picked him up. I'm sorry. Are you putting on P? Yes, I am. I had only just realized that, and I put him on, so he's good. It's just that I just realized that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I got to do that. Okay, so you're going to trade two free agent picks. Well, then that means he gets three free agent picks, but he loses out on the first round pick. He still has the other two picks, but we'll have to see what the other packages are. So in that case, oh yeah, let me put 1A since we're since we got that from the Philadelphia trade. Okay, so that means that the Dallas Cowboys traded into the first round via the Philadelphia Eagles pick. So with that, Dallas is now on the clock. Anyway, do you remember? I remember there's. Yeah, that was in 1972. That was the 72 team. Although I would make the argument that the 73 team is the better team just because they had a stronger team and, even though they lost a few games, but even still the 72 team will always have a place in history there. If Wally is still available, you want him as a defensive end? All right, cool. You want Spike Ryan as a strong safety. Okay, you got it. Spike Ryan. Let me get him. Spike Ryan at strong safety. You got it. The, a. I always hate how finicky this thing can be. Dallas Cowboys. That's insane though, but you got it. So the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Let me see. My next pick is round 3, and then then that would be it for you there, Mr. Atticus. Yep, that is absolutely true, Uncle Atticus, as Xander says. Unless, of course, you decide to trade back in, but we'll see if there's any other developments there. Okay, so now that the first round is done, we go back to the Giants. So the Giants are back on the clock. So who is next? That would be LD. So let's see. So let's see. I remember you stated that you wanted a certain Joker to be part of your team. Well, he's still there, but who knows? They might just go in a different direction. You never know. But yeah, next round pick is theirs. Let me stand up just so I can move around. Tiny Blue? Wait, Tiny Blue? Who's Tiny Blue? Tiny Blue. There's Patty, and then there's. I imagine Emma's gonna watch for the show. Oh, wait. You know your next pick if he's still available? Of course. Okay. Oh, wait. That's right. I gotta get rid of your free agent picks so you don't have those anymore. I don't want to double count those. All right. There we go. You work in various ways. If you want my picks, too bad. Well, hey, you never know. Basically, like Joshua, if someone makes you an offer you can't refuse, of course you would take it. But of course, like my mom, I love football like my mom does. Okay, let me reach out to LD in case LD fell asleep or something. Uh, there. And then Xander says, "Hi Emma," or "Hi Emma." Did you miss your pick? No, actually, you're just in time because I mean, of course, we're one pick away from your pick next, but we're just waiting for LD to make her pick for the Giants, and then the Patriots will be back up again. So, hang on. Wow, everybody's saying hello to Emma. Ah, well, I understand that Joker's also acting as the secondary GM, but I guess if oh, that's right. Wait. That's right. Hold on. Hang on a moment. There's Mr. Oh, there he is. Okay. Let me get Mr. Era Penitentiary. Let me add you as a friend. All right. I finally found you. Now I'll just send you the draft board. I mean, of course it's not up to date, so if you see a name and that person's already taken, then I'll just let you know if that person's taken and so on and so forth. All right, here we go. Gotta go for now. Who's part of your team so far? So far, Patty got on. Patty at kicker is on your team. Right now, we're in the second round. But yeah, not a problem there, Alicia. Thank you for coming in. Okay. Well, I guess if LD's not going to say anything, I guess the only person that was hinted at that LD was going to pick was Joker, so I'm just going to go with Joker. And let's see. the Giants, they needed help at uh, outside linebacker, but what other positions they needed? They needed a defensive tackle, so I can probably put him there. So, all right. So Brooklyn Joker at defensive tackle, and believe me, they need all the help they can get. You know, Joker can provide that kind of help at defensive tackle. I'm telling you, the Giants, they really have never been the same since they last won the Super Bowl. I'm telling you. But anyway, I'll just and then after that, I'll have to find out what their next pick is. And by there, I mean the Giants is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so Joker. Okay, so Joker at defensive tackle. Okay, you got it. There we go. Oh, well, you can call him a clown all you want, but he at the end of the day, he is still a giant who could probably crush people's head when can you DM me when you're up again? Absolutely there, Mr. Atticus. I will do that for you. Okay, well now that we got that straightened out as far as the Giants are concerned, the Patriots are up next, so that means you, Mr. P. So Mr. P is up next with the New England Patriots. Of my son. Yeah, he definitely got it off of you, man. Yeah, and I imagine Josh was not going to be happy if the Commanders lose again to the Giants or whichever team ends up with them. Well, and by them I mean the Commanders. But that's beside the point. So I need an O line and safety, and what else do you need? Oh, uh, so you need offensive tackle and a strong safety. Oh, and so far you do have an offensive tackle. So you got one, but you could still use more. Uh, oh, and the last one was a kicker. Uh, Kicker there, Mister P. But yeah, if I switch you over to safety, then I'll just put you on the safety that is the most in need. In other words, if strong safety is the most needed, then I'll put you there, or if it's free safety, then free safety. But either way, if that's what you want there, Mr. P. But let's find out what Mr. P is gonna pick or who he's gonna pick for the Patriots. Well, that's nothing new there, Carlos. No offense. Let's see. And I'll do the same thing for the NHL draft uh, when this is done. That way I can give you guys some time to look up your draft boards there. Jamar Games as a safety. Oh, yeah, he definitely can get it done. Yeah, he can get it done, can Jamar. Okay, where's Jamar? Jamar. Oh yeah, he's a linebacker currently, but I can put him at safety. Wait. Let me check. Let me check the safety over here. Whether he needs to be a free safety or a strong safety. So 76, 70. Oh, he needs to be a strong safety because that's the weaker of the two. All right, you got it. You got it. Yeah, Jamar at strong safety. You got it. But yeah, he can definitely get the job done. All right. Oh, and you can play the other safety. All right. Let me make a note. Mr. P at free safety. Okay. All right, you got it. Okay, so next up is the Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as you know, they made the trade, but this, however, is their own second round pick. Matt Storm's actually already taken. He was taken by the Patriots in round number 1, Xander, sadly. But no, Matt Storm was already taken. Uh, there we go. Mm-hmm. Is Blade Charge still available? Yes, Blade Charge is still available. He's currently at cornerback, but you can put him anywhere. He truly is a Joker, but not Brooklyn Joker. But let's see what Xander Black has plans for. So what are your plans there, Mr. Xander Black? At offensive tackle? Okay, you got it. I remember your father a number of years ago. He traded for Blade Charge at the time, and Blade Charge ended up being the missing piece he needed to win at that time when he was in charge. So you got it. All right. So at offensive tackle, you got it. Blade Charge, offensive tackle. There you go. And for the Dallas Cowboys. And then, of course, later on, we'll get to the second round pick that they traded for, that they traded with the Buffalo Bills, but we'll get to that in a moment. Next up is the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. And right here. So, of course, the Miami Dolphins, in the case of AJ, he already has Patty. So let's find out if he sticks to the thing, or if he decides to go off script. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So we're just waiting for AJ. I guess he's looking at his list. Or actually, let me send him the list in case he's looking for it frantically. I'll give him the list just in case for him. You are so beautiful to me. Of course, I can never sing it as good as Joe Crocker did. Hmm. Or unless AJ had to step away. You know what? I'll give AJ about another minute, but if not, I'll just have to go through. I'll just have to go back to his draft board that he gave me. So if that's the case, then so be it. So one more minute. Oh, absolutely, Carlos. Being patient is key because who knows, you could be called upon before long. I'll have to get Madden myself so I don't be too surprised if I make characters too. Oh, so don't be too surprised. Oh, well, it's too bad they don't let you like share characters. Like if you make your own character, I wish they let you do that, but they don't do that. But never say never though. And then there's also a movie called Never Say Never Again. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll have to go off of AJ's draft board that he gave me. And let's see. So he wanted Patty and he wanted me, but then Joshua kind of took me from AJ, and he also took, and then Joker got taken by the Giants, and then same thing with Damian Shelley. So his next pick after that would be Diamond Light. That's what I was wondering there, Patty. But yeah, his next pick after that, after all the picks that were already taken, was Diamond Light. Okay, so Diamond Light. Oh, but he didn't say what position he needed, so let me see. Diamond Light. Let's see, Diamond Light. Where's Diamond Light? Oh yeah, absolutely. He too needed a strong safety, did AJ. So all right, then I'll then in that case, Diamond Light's going to the Miami Dolphins. All right, so Diamond Light. I mean, of course, they are Diamond World Order teammates, and of course, Diamond Light is the leader of that group. So it makes sense for teammates to remain. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess he might have been on break. Next is the Lions. Well, next up is the Bengals, the Steelers, the Lions, and the Commanders. Oh yeah, yeah. That and it's just sad how that situation happened because there was a time when the Dolphins were on fire and then they just burnt out. They just burnt out. They went out like a candle in the wind, never knowing. Like like I could go on, but I'm certain that most of you guys get the point. All right, let me go to Clinton. He's drafting according to need, so I'm going to help him out. So he needs. What does he need? Clinton needs. Clinton's going to need either another. He's going to need another linebacker. Is what he's going to need. Players don't fit that system, and that's the sad thing. They just don't. So if I know um, Clinton the way I do, he would probably pick somebody. He would probably pick somebody like Mario Party Brandon to help him. So that's who we would pick based on seniority and whatnot. And then of course we'll determine whether he needs a middle linebacker. I'll probably put him there because that's one of his team's needs, biggest needs is an outside and a middle linebacker, among other things. Okay. Just let me know when the Bengals are done. Well, no, the Bengals are done. Next up is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that means we go back to Mr. Primetime Sean Sanders with the Steelers. Yep, and the Steelers. So we have the Steelers, then the Lions, and the Commanders. So we have the next three teams in line. Ooh, well, hey, that we'll see if that comes true there, Mister Joshua. Oh wait, let me let Mister Primetime know that he's up next again. Where's Mister Primetime? There's Mister Primetime. I just had to say you're up again, Senor Primetime. Okay. That's a fair point as far as Mr. P is concerned, but never underestimate your opponent's ability, or in some cases, yeah, no, never underestimate your opponent's ability to get under your skin, if that is the case. But okay, but yeah, we're just waiting for Mr. Primetime. Otherwise, I'll just have to draft according to his need again. I'm a riddle that can't be figured out, and yeah, that's exactly what you need to have. You need to have a riddle that, well, no, riddles were meant to be figured, but I guess maybe that's the point of the Riddler in the Batman series. Okay, let me see if Mr. Sanders has said anything. Prime time? I'll give him one more minute. If not, I'll have to auto draft for him, which it is what it is. And then, of course, I also had to mute the music in the background, and by the background I mean in the game. Otherwise, I'm gonna get copyrighted. So I had to. So if it sounds silent, that's why. So there's that. But no worries, we'll figure that out before long. I'm sorry, I love that song. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Droy. Yeah, that was the Jeopardy theme song. Yeah, you're still at work. Not a problem, AJ. I got your in this case your first choice and then your fifth choice. Oh, you want some Ice Ice Baby? Well, hey, if that's what you want, it'll just simply be Nice Nice Baby. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that was nice, nice, baby. AJ, make your money. Don't let it make you. Okay. Well, in that case, let me auto draft for him for Sean Sanders. So let's see. He got himself earlier. He got himself an offensive tackle. So he also needs a punter or an outside linebacker. So let's see. So who could he get as a punter or someone who's willing to do it? Let's see. Someone who can be a punter. Oh, of course. Currently she's a wide receiver, but I can make her a kicker or punter, I should say. Or no, wait. There's also another person who could do that. Oh, that's right. Our good friend Sonic McCracken. I mean, he kicks butt, so he may as well be able to kick a ball. So he definitely needed somebody to help with that, with the kicking game of the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they needed somebody to, you know, help be an extension of the defense, as Clinton has always said that that's what he should do. Okay, so Sonic McCracken will be a Steeler. What's cracking, McCracken? Yeah, exactly. Okay, next up is the Detroit Lions. Take me down to Detroit City where the girls are fine and the women are so pretty. Please take me home. So yeah, now it's the Lions' turn. That's what I called Sonic. Oh, that's right. You did say that. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you were going at, but okay. I get you now. I get you now. So next up are the Lions. I'll let Jose know in case he fell asleep or something, because that could happen in the course of these meetings. No, they've never been to a Super Bowl at all. The closest they got was in 2023. They blew a lead against the San Francisco 49ers, and well, we all know what happened. I'll just let Jose know in case he. All right, so we got the Lions up next. Okay, you got it. There we go. Oh, did they get screwed? And I'm asking, like, because I didn't get to see the whole game. Like I saw the highlights, but there's you know there's a myriad of calls that you can point to, and I'm like, it's just sad though that the Lions got the short end of the stick, and yet they had a wonderful season that year, and then they had a great follow-up season, but unfortunately this season was kind of a waste. They started out great, but then, well, there's that. Oh, there's Jose. What are your needs? Okay, so you do have a center now in Tenu, so you got that taken care of. So now your remaining needs are at kicker and at offensive guard. But but of course you can also go off the board if you wish to, but those are the biggest needs that you have. An RKO. RKO Jose while talk. Well, why would you do that? Gosh. Let's see what he says. I heard you have the biggest knees that you have. No, biggest needs. Needs, my friend. There's Mitty! Gregory Blakely. That's a great pick. Except he's already taken. Yeah. He was taken by the Steelers in the first round by primetime when he was in the chat. But yeah, he was already taken. Was Dragonheart, Gregory Blakely. Dragon Diamond Light has also been taken. He was taken by the Dolphins by AJ. Welcome, Brady. Are are all the Jokers taken? Let me take a look for you. There is one left. There is one left, and that man is Rob Gamer. So yeah, when Jose was talking about the Jokers, he was referring to players that could play anything, and you could put them anywhere, and that person can do all the work of any. But yeah, the only one that you have left is Rob Gamer, who's a newcomer to this whole thing. You'll take him? All right. Let me put Mr. Rob Gamer. Oh, and at what position? I forgot to ask you that. So you'll take Rob. And if anything, believe it or not, Rob Gamer's spirit animal is a lion. So really, that's not even a far. That's not even so far off that it's off kilter. No, that's exactly what his spirit animal is. But now we'll find out what position you want to put him in. Do you want him as uh, a kicker or a guard or some other position? Let's see what he says. Let's find out what Jose says. But yeah, let me put Detroit Lions, and then we'll find out what position he'll put him at. But we are getting close to the end of the show. We have the rest of the second round and all of the third round to go. It's a snake. Is that true? No. I mean, my spirit animal in the Chinese calendar is the dragon. So after the lions, it will be uh, Joshua's pick for the commanders. That is. Hey, what's up, our boy Angelo? And he calls me Golden TJ. There's Golden Angelo. Oh, hang on. Let me go over to. All right, let me check the. I'm doing pretty well, man. We're doing the draft. I just have to ask Jose a question, but anyway. So yeah, after the Commanders pick, then it would be the Buffalo Bills. What would have been the Buffalo Bills second round pick, but of course was traded to the Cowboys, and then of course that means the Cowboys would be up after the Commanders actually. So yes, yeah, they're tough to take down, but then again, these are the best players in the world, so there's that. You're just looking right now, okay. And if you're ever interested in being a player, just let me know, Angelo. Or if you're interested in other sports, in case you want something other than football or anything like that. Absolutely, Xander. Well, I guess Jose's not going to tell me what position Rob is going to play, but okay. Well, in that case, he took Rob, so I'll just have to put him at whatever position unless Jose tells me otherwise. But all right, so Joshua, you are up. Oh, you'll keep it a secret. Okay. Well, you can just tell me, but I won't tell nobody else. But until then, let's go back to the NFC East with the Washington Commanders as they are up next as they are about to hit the clock. So let's find out. So I should be before the Commanders. No, the Commanders are up next, and then it's going to be your pick there, Xander, the one that you got from the Buffalo Bills trade. Okay, so it is Wally. So Wally was picked. Oh, and oh yeah, and then for Wally or Walter Johnson, let me see. So Wally. Where's Wally? Wally. So I imagine you're getting him as a defensive end there, Mr. Joshua. Yeah, okay. Thank you for confirming that. Washington Commanders as a defensive end. Yeah, absolutely. The Commanders are going to need all the help they can get. Oh, okay. Defensive end. Thank you. Thank you, Pen. Okay. Okay. Now I can't even talk. Now it's Xander Black's turn. So Xander, this is your pick. Again, this is the pick that you got from that trade. So now you are on the clock there, Mr. Xander Black. So let's find out what. Yep, though. Although to be fair, the Commanders did win a Madden Super Bowl not that long ago, so it's not like they've never won a Madden Super Bowl. But of course, but of course they can use all the help they can get, and and I don't just mean that to be mean. I mean like basically every one of these teams could use a lot of help in some way or fashion. But anyway, next up is the Cowboys with their uh, second round pick, the one that they got from the trade. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. I got to go to the Dallas Cowboys logo. Leo Angel. Fortunately, Leo has already been picked. In fact, he was the first overall pick by the Giants. So unfortunately, your heated rival took the Giants took him as number one. So unfortunately, as much as I would like to give you him, he's not there. But you said you needed a middle linebacker. But there's a couple of other guys that you can convert as a linebacker. Let's see. So among the guys that you could do that, you have Switch Gaming, you have Jennifer Wolverine, you have Sly Cooper, Mr. MJ. Who else you have? No, no. Cherry, and then Dakota, and Najee. But let's see who else you have. Let's see what you pick. Sly Cooper, you got him. You got him. Sly Cooper. Oh, okay, so no. Come on, pen, work with me. So Sly Cooper. I'll have to let him know the good news that you picked him. Sly Cooper. And then I'll decide whether he's in the middle or if he's in the outside, and then go from there. But you got it. Oh, you said middle linebacker. Okay, you were very specific. Okay. But either way, I'll put him in a linebacking position that is in most need of your team. Actually, let me take a look right now. So Mike, 67. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a middle linebacker. All right, you got it. Congratulations there, Mr. Xander Black. Okay, where's? Oh yeah, let me update this really quick. Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so next up is once again the Philadelphia Eagles, and unfortunately, as mentioned before, uh, Sean, Monty Mulshawn is not here, so and I don't have a way to contact him. So the only other thing I can do is pick somebody on his behalf, unless of course somebody wants to make an offer or anything like that. You know what? I'll wait 2 minutes, and if there's no offer made, then I will continue. Let's see. All right, so that's 1 minute. Da, 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 this is the last pick of the second round, and then we're gonna go into the third round in a moment. I offered to give somebody an RKO. Well, unfortunately, that's not a valid offer, so no, no. But no, this is the last pick of the second round, as we're going to the Philadelphia Eagles, which is Monty Mulshawn's team. All right. Da, 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 can I trade him my third round pick for this pick? Well, since you don't have any free agent picks, then in that case, then that would also mean that after this pick, can we get a list of who's left? Sure. After this last pick in the second round, I will update the list for you guys, and I'll send it to whoever asks for it. So, okay. So you're saying trade your third round pick for this pick. Okay. So that means you'll be out of picks after that because you won't even be in the third round. But you'll take his pick, and then that means that he will be without a second round pick, and then he'll have two 3 round picks. Okay, I'm counting this in my head. Um, can I get this stupid pen to work, please? Thank you. There. Okay. So in that case, so that means that now Dallas, by trading their third round pick. Okay, understood there, Mr. P. And to Xander and to Joshua and basically who's in the chat right now. I'll send it to you guys in a moment. But first up, let's get one last pick out of the way. Hashtag stupid pen. Yep. So, oh yeah, that's right. Let me put 2C, which means third second round pick. Okay, here we go. So So that means that Xander, this is your last one. Jen at outside linebacker, you got it. Okay. Oh, that's right. She's a free safety, but I can put her at outside linebacker. You got it. Dallas Cowboys, you got it. Okay. Let me put that. Jen Wolverine at it was outside linebacker. Okay, got it. Okay. So by that, so with that, Xander, you are. So that means that Xander's off. So that means that Xander's all of Xander's picks in the third round and all of his free agent picks are done. So that means he's done. Yeah, Najee is available, but I'll give you guys the list in a moment. All right, so we have Chaos Reaper, Atticus Black, then Mr. P, and then Joshua. Okay, let me send you guys the updated list. So give me a second. Give me a moment. Wait, did I put the? Where did I put? Oh yeah, there's. Oh yeah, that's right. There's 11 picks because of course the Giants have a fourth pick, but that's just because LD is the general manager, so of course there's that. But anyway, let me send you the list. Okay. So I'll get it to you guys in just a moment. Absolutely, congratulations, Xander Black. So yeah, you're pretty much good for the night, my friend. Okay. Uh, there we go. All right, so I'm sending you guys the updates here. Same thing with Mr. Chaos Reaper. And Joshua? Where's Joshua? Oh yeah, that's right. And I may as well do this for Mr. for Mr. Jose since he's still here. Okay, you got it. All right, next up, we go back to the Giants and their pick. Uh, so I haven't seen LD in the chat for a while, so not sure if LD is still in the chat. I'll give it about a minute or so. There, New York Giants. Yeah, the Giants do have a lot to pick from. Okay. Well, so unless LD comes in or if there's an offer that's made, then we'll go from there. If not, I'll have to draft for them. No, no, the Giants. Oh no, 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 no. The Giants are one of the older teams, so they are far from an expansion team. I can tell you that right now. What's my height and weight you got me at? I have you at. Well, I mean, of course, I have you at the weight that you were at when you were a linebacker, but now you're a safety. So at 6'6", that's your height, of course, but the weight I can just drop since you're now a safety. So that means I would have to put you at 220, maybe even 215 at the most in terms of weight. But the weight I had you at was when you were a linebacker, which was fine. But anyway, okay. At 240 was your weight at linebacker, but that was again that was your weight at the time. One of the fastest when it comes to getting the ball. Yeah, you definitely are, Joshua. And I'll look and see what your weight is really quickly for Joshua. And currently you're a tight end at 230, but I mean that's a good weight to be like faster than those offensive linemen in some of the linebackers, but yet stronger, but yet strong enough to bulldoze over safeties and cornerbacks that try to stop you. So yeah, 230, and you're still fast. But anyway, okay. Well, it looks like the Giants are, and since nobody made an offer, I'll have to auto. Oh, there's. Okay. Oh, LD, you're up next. You're up next. Thank goodness you're back, and welcome back, Riley. So far, Riley hasn't been picked, and neither has Carlos Larry. Which I'm legit surprised, but nonetheless, though, there's some really good diamonds here. But yeah, LD, you're up next, my friend. No worries there, LD. I guess you must have had to step away or whatnot. But so far, your haul includes Leo Angel at center and Brooklyn Joker. You picked Brooklyn Joker though. Yeah, and that's the thing about Atticus. He has Josh Allen, so why would he need to get another guy? And also, hello to Superstar Marcus. Da da. Riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Dun dun dun. Your superstar Marcus. Da da. Getting cards and letters from people you don't even know. Your most critical? Okay, so you have a center and you have a defensive tackle, so you got those now. So all that's left is outside linebacker, kicker, and punter. So those are the big ones. How many picks until I'm up? Let me check here. So of course you still have your own third round pick. So you have 8 picks left to go. You'll be lurking. All right, not a problem there, superstar Marcus. But yeah, kicker, punter, and outside linebacker. Oh yeah, let me send you the. Hang on a moment. LD, I'm gonna send you the. Yeah, Patty was picked. Patty was picked, but let me send you LD the updated draft board. Several people asked for an updated draft board, so I'm gonna give you the same. So that way you can look at it at a glance and be able to make a decision there. There we go. So I sent you the updated draft of the people that are still left, by the way, LD. But yes, Patty has been picked. I can tell you that for sure. Um, AJ and the Dolphins already took her. You're the third to last pick, Atticus, as a matter of fact, my friend. But I can DM you. There's no doubt. Regardless of who you get, you're putting that person in strong safety. Okay. Hey, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, I imagine LD's probably reading the draft board or the updated draft board and making a selection there. But yes, it is LD's pick. So you're gonna go with Brandon. Uh, Brandon Cuevas. Okay, you got it. And at what position, my friend? Although there's only two positions he'd rather play, running back and quarterback, which is not very. But hey, you could always use one. So all right, so Brandon Cuevas, that's good. And Brandon Cuevas. So is he going to be your quarterback, my friend? LD. Oh yeah, you can definitely use that. And then Joshua's rubbing his hands. I don't know why. Um, put him at the most needed. All right, let me see. Quarterback 76, halfback 70. Yeah, quarterback. Quarterback. Yeah, quarterback it will be. Quarterback. There you go. So you got him. All right, so the Giants have their third round pick. Of course, they do have a fourth round pick, but that's the de facto last pick of the draft. So basically, whoever's left is the final draft pick by default. So we'll see what the Giants need. But basically, whoever is the last player, I'll simply just put them at the team that they need the most with. Primetime's going with the best available player. Okay, awesome. Anyway, welcome back, Primetime. You missed a pick, but I was able to get you a punter slash kicker since that's one of the things that the Steelers needed. But I got you that. Okay, next up are the Patriots with their final pick. Let's find out what the Patriots are going to do. All right. All right. So, right. I got to go to New England. So yeah, so we have New England. And then, well, the Cowboys have already completed all of the picks they made because they traded away the third pick, so we would skip them and go to the next team. Oh, sure. Also, hey, what's up, Griffin Gamer? How you doing, man? All right, let me see your roster of offensive and D linemen. All right. Let me exit, and then I'll. If this will help you make an informed decision, I will be happy to give you that. Okay, so it starts with offensive lineman. Here we go. So you have at left tackle, you have one left tackle. I mean, of course, the one guy that you do have is good, but he's injured currently. And that the one guy you do have is at a 66. So left tackle's a possible position. Yeah, left tackle's so far the weakest. And then, I mean, of course, left guard is also a need. Center's also a need. Um, oh, that's right. I forgot you got Matt Storm for that, but still. And then right guard is perfectly fine, and so is right tackle. So it looks like left guard and center is also a possibility you could fill in. But then defensively, this is the left edge rusher um, side, 74, and on the right, well, okay, so the right is fine, but the left is kind of uh, a free for all. And then defensive tackles also fine as well. Yeah, Campbell is hurt. Wait, Campbell? Wait, where's Campbell? Campbell. Uh, yeah, Will Campbell. Yeah, like at the time that he came, at the time that this, at the time that I got the game, yeah, Will Campbell was hurt. So but then of course, like I mentioned before, you got Matt Storm. He can fill in that gap. But yeah, he was hurt, unfortunately, at the time that we got to this snapshot of time. But yeah. Anyway, uh, D line. Okay, so uh, left defensive end is also one. But he played already and he's playing now. Exactly. But when I got this game, this was during when the regular season was going, Mr. P. So when I was putting the thing together, that's why. Welcome back, AJ, and you're just in time for when you make your final pick, my friend. But how's it going there, AJ? But I could always. But hey, by the time we get to the next iteration of Madden, we'll see where he is by that point. But yeah, this was at the time that he was hurt, and it's a snapshot. Who do I have right now? Well, you currently have Patty and Diamond Light, my friend. I'll be lurking if you don't mind. Oh, I don't mind. And by the way, Griffin Gamer, you're making your debut, my friend, in this game, and surprisingly, nobody has picked you yet. Interesting. Oh yeah, let me go back to the. Let's see. And then as far as, well, this is where you are currently, uh, Mr. P. And the thing is, they didn't have a strong side linebacker, and that's where I put you at. So yeah, that's your character right there, because they really did not have a strong side linebacker, and that's why I put you there to begin with, my friend. And then Spillane, he's good at middle linebacker, and then and on the weak side, it's fine, but it could be a lot better. But yeah, so that's why I put you there to begin with, because they needed all the help they can get. So yeah, I will keep you at LB, Mr. P. Okay, linebacker. I will keep you there. So you can draft another safety, or you can draft. Who else did you need? You needed. You also needed a kicker, but you could also get somebody else though. Well, let's see. There we go. But yeah, you definitely have Drake May, and at least you have him for a good amount of time. He definitely turned into a gym, I can tell you that much. Siri called Carlos Larry? Wait, is Carlos Larry your next pick, my friend? Calling Carlos Larry. Calling Carlos Larry. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, yeah, let me update the. Here, got him. Okay, so Mr. P, are you picking? Oh, so he's simulating a phone call. He says, in calling Carlos Larry, he says, "Hey Carlos, would you like to be a Patriot?" And Carlos says, "Of course, Mr. P." So, Mr. P, have you decided to draft in or turn in your draft card? And is it of Mr. Carlos Larry? He says, "Do you want to play offensive line?" Oh, that's right. He can play offensive line. That's right. He could. But let's see what Carlos says. Offensive line. Your tur- Okay, cool. Offensive line. So you have Matt Storm for left tackle. Yep. Offensive line is tough, but hey, someone has to do it. And plus, in fact, they'll need it on the left side. So you got it. But Carlos, I think you're going to do so well at left guard. I really think you'll make a great left guard, my friend. But hey, he needs you there. And does this come with bonuses in case like Carlos actually manages to go a whole game without, say, giving up a sack? You know, you know how you know how teams throw in bonuses and stuff like that in contracts and stuff like that. QB. Hmm. Maybe sometime I can make you a QB or something one day. Or if you decide to, have a team of your own there, Mr. Carlos. Hey, what's up, Dakota? And of course, Dakota has had his birthday show for a while, my friend. But it's great to see you there, Dakota. All right, so left guard. So congratulations to Carlos as he gets a left guard. But hey, maybe one of these days I can have a team of my own, and then I can put him at 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 quarterback. So yes, so absolutely Joshua's correct, as the Cowboys would have been in, but they traded away their third round pick, so they have no more skin in the game. So that means that the Miami Dolphins are up next. So AJ, you are up, my friend. Let me go back to uh, let me get the graphic of the Miami Dolphins as they're up next. And of course, if you have any further questions, just let me know. All right, so let me also put Carlos Larry. You're in the Commanders, TJ. Don't forget. No, I didn't forget. I already made a note that I'm on the Commanders as a pit. I was hoping for TJ, but it is what it is. Yeah, again, Joshua took me before then. Do I have another pick? No, that is all the picks you have, unless And this is a big unless. This is a big unless. Unless you wish to trade in, say, your free agent pick for one of Monty Molshan's third round picks, because he has 2 third round picks. And of course, the second of those third round picks was the one that Xander traded for when it was still the second round. So unless you want to trade in your free agent pick, which is essentially the ability to do that, then if you want to do that, great. If not, that is it. You have one free agent pick. One free agent pick. So if you want to trade that, you can. If you want to keep it, you can, but just let me know. Oh, you want me to pick for you? All right. Let me see. Let me take one more look at your draft board there, Mr. AJ, in case who you wanted is still there. Just in case. And as a matter of fact, the last of your backups is still there, and his name is Triple Beat. So, AJ, if you still want Mr. Triple Beat, I mean, of course, currently he's an offensive guard, but you can make him anything, or better yet, you can make him any position on the offensive line or defensive line. Just let me know. You'll save your free agent picks for later. Okay, well in that case, then you get to keep it. I said pick for me. Oh, I'll pick for you. I'll pick for you. All right, all right, all right, AJ. I see you. I see you. All right, so triple beat. Triple beat. Triple beat is the guy that you had. No worries, AJ. I will, like I said, I will help you. So let's see. If we go back to the Dolphins, let me see what they need help with. So of course we have AJ Cool Kid taking over for Tua. Again, this was post-concussion Tua and not pre-concussion. Pre-concussion was great. Okay, so left tackle. Okay. Ooh, 69. That's not good. Okay, center's fine. 72, 70. Okay. Defensive. Okay, then left is fine. Right is fine. And defensive tackle. Okay, that means. Oh, a. Yeah, left guard. All right. So I'll put him at left guard there, Mr. AJ, since that's the biggest need for the Dolphins is the left side. Do I have any free agent picks? Yes, you do. You do. You have one. So do you want to trade one of your free agent picks for one of Monty Molshan's third round picks since he's not here? If you do, let me know. But yes. But yes, you do have one. But in the meantime, let me put Mr. Triple Beat on there. On the Miami Dolphins. Okay, you got it. So, let's see. Let me turn off my heater. It's getting really. You'll keep it? Okay, cool. Then we'll leave it alone. So that means that your involvement in the draft is complete, my friend. But thank you so much, AJ, and I'm just thankful that we got Patty, Diamond Light, and Triple Beat as your picks. I was gonna have you. I was gonna give it to have you, but Joshua got it. Yeah, yeah. It it is what it is. Okay, so that means next up is the Cincinnati Bengals again. So let me go back. And again, I'm helping out my friend Clinton. So let me me get Clinton. So let me go back to what. So outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and he also needs a kicker. Okay. So let's see who could still kick. Well, there's only one kicker still left on the board by default, and that is Cherry Moy. Yes, Cherry is now going to be a Cincinnati Bengal, which is insane, but it is true. So, all right. So third is Cherry Moy. Okay. Glory a las Pingas. Bengals, then Lions. You're gonna go lurking. Oh, okay. Are is everything okay there, Mr. AJ? I was. I'm sorry. I hope AJ's not sad or anything. I always hate like whenever AJ does the ellipses, then I always get a little worried over like just making sure AJ's all right. Okay. Well, next up is Sean Sanders. If you're still in the chat, you're up next, but you're up next, buddy. If he's still in the chat, that is. Pingas. Or it could be something else. Exactly, Jose. Where's. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Steelers. Steelers are up next. And then, of course, Mr. P RKO's Jose out of nowhere. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, Sean Sanders, are you still in the chat, my friend? Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Give me the best available player. Yes, sir. Let me find that person. Okay. So you have an offensive tackle and then you have a kicker. So you got those or slash punter. So you need an outside linebacker. All right, let me find you an outside linebacker. Let's see. So so let's see. Of the people that can play linebacker, I'm trying to find somebody that you do know. And one person that could play linebacker for you is a young man by the name of Dakota Sheldon. He's a natural athlete. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I'll spell his name so you can see him. Yep, that's his name, Dakota Sheldon. All right, let me put his name down. ahead. Oh yeah, that's right. It was an outside linebacker. There we go. All right. Let's see who else we have. That'll work. All right, cool. Well, congratulations, Prime Time, and that's all the picks that you have as far as your involvement in the draft. So congratulations there to you, Mr. Primetime. And with that, we get to the last pick of the draft for the Detroit Lions. That would be Jose Blanco. So yeah, Jose is back on the clock again. Oh, wrong north. Oh wait. I almost forgot. I gotta update the. There we go. Wakey wakey, Jose. Yep. So we have the Lions and the Commanders. And then, of course, we have Atticus with his third round pick. Oh yeah. Let's see what Jose picks. I guess he's looking over the um and let me know if you have any questions, like if there's anyone that you see. If you have any questions, just let me know. Or if there's any concerns like, oh, can this person play this position? Things like that, and I'll help you with that if it would help you make an informed decision. But hey, it's all good. Triple beat. Unfortunately, he was just taken by the Miami Dolphins, so he's taken. Excuse me. Jeez, I had something come out of my mouth. Ugh. Sorry about that. Damn it, Jose. I took beat since I couldn't get TJ. Sorry. Well, nothing to be sorry about, really. I mean, it was just that all good all good AJ. Yeah, no. But yeah. Now, do you want me to tell you who is still left, Mr. Jose, if that's easier for you? Since it is your pick, you're up next, my friend. Who's left then, I would like to know. Well, okay. It's fine, AJ. All right. So, so the people that are left, you still have two newcomers actually. You have Griffin Gamer, Mr. MJ, aka MJ is Fly, as well, or actually three in the form of Riley. But then, of course, you also have a returning Switch Gaming and Louis Levanquer and Najee Firefox. So those are the people that are left. Najee, ooh, okay, yeah, Najee's definitely a good one. Um, is there a certain part or a certain position you would have him play there, Mister Jose, or have you not decided for him either, and you just simply pick the player? Okay, let's see what he says. Back to lurking I go. Oh, I'm not sure if that was who people wanted. Thank you, Mr. Cornwell. I appreciate it. But yeah, Najee, I got you on Najee there, Jose. But just like Rob, is that is this another person that you're not even sure what position though? No hard feelings, AJ. Yeah. But then again, something like that could happen. But let's see. Hmm. I guess I guess he picked the player but didn't consider the position. But all right. Well, hey, if it's one of those things where to put him where the team is most need of them, then hey, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly good with that then. I propose we call all the lurkers outside of MIDI our middies in training. Aw. Okay. Well, in that case, next up for the third and final pick of the Commanders is Joshua. Now, I'm not sure if Najee was his pick or if there was someone or if there was somebody else that we didn't consider. But let's see what he says. Does does Joshua? And then after this one, then yes, then Atticus would be up next. Lol. I like that. Lol. Lol 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 lol. I love it. Back to lurking I go. Middies in training. All right, so Joshua, you are still on the clock, my friend. I guess he's probably looking over the list of people minus the people that were picked already. But yeah, Joshua, just let me know if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that. But I guess he's probably typing it as we speak, so maybe that's the case. Oh boy. Cherry Moy as your last pick. Oh, unfortunately, Cherry just got picked 3 picks ago there, Joshua, and that was by the Cincinnati Bengals. But yeah, Cherry already got picked, Joshua. That's the first time all night that you got that someone that you intended to pick was already picked. Whereas your first 2 choices, you need a CB. All right, I'll find you one. Let me find you one then. So of the people that can play cornerback, let's see, what do we got? Oh shoot. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I suppose of. Let me see. Who's the lightest currently? Hmm. Wait a minute. I think I know someone who could do it. I know somebody who could do it. Now, even though this wasn't listed beforehand, but it'll be listed the next time that we have a draft. I'll throw this person in as a cornerback. Anyway, I told my friend yesterday night that I hope every 2-minute warning. I'm still so freaking mad about that game against the Rams yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. We couldn't hold on. I That sucks, man. But on the other hand, the fact that Carolina wasn't even in the playoffs for the best part of what 7, 8 years. There was a stretch where not only were could you not even get in the playoffs, but yeah, but there was a stretch where you couldn't even get in the playoffs for like what 6, 7 years. But the fact is you made it to the playoffs, but now you just have to build upon it. And hopefully you'll come up with the guys in the real draft to put you over the edge and maybe even past the first round. But I would like to hope that this experience helps. Uh, we got in off BS anyways due to a three-way tiebreaker, so we can't be too upset. Yeah, I mean you could have just as easily not made it either, but no, you guys made it. Okay, so the person I'll put in as CB, I'll just shut up and get to the point. His name is Riley, so I'll put him in as a cornerback. And with that, that's it for the Washington Commanders. Unless, of course, you want to trade in your free agent pick for one of Monty Mole Sean's picks, given that Monty Mole Sean hasn't even came in yet. If you want to. If not, you can keep it, and we'll go in from there. But yeah, Riley as a cornerback. Okay, you got it. Okay, so I got that, and let me put Riley as a quarterback. Cornerback. Sorry. Okay, first playoff since 2015. Yeah, exactly. After that Super Bowl, I'm willing to trade, but first, AJ, do you still want TJ? Okay. Well, I imagine he still wants me, but then the question is there anything from AJ that you want? Like, for example, let's see. He has Patty Chase, he has Diamond Light, and he has Triple Beat. So you can trade me player for player or for one of his free agent picks, but there's that. But yeah, you could trade me for one of AJ's own picks and then I imagine AJ would be like, "Okay, if I give you triple beat, then I'll just put TJ at left guard and have him play there," which I could. I could do that. Or strong safety if you decide to go for Diamond Light instead. But I'll let you think about that, Joshua. And while we do that, for the third and final pick of the Buffalo Bills, let me see. Oh wow, wow. I was about to ask for what your pick was, but no. Strong safety, MJ. MJ is fly. You got it. It's strong safety. If I can, all right, come on. If I can get this stupid pen to work. Hashtag stupid pen. It's up to AJ to be honest. All right, I'll reach out to him, and if he's good with it, then I'll make that official though. But until then, MJ is going to be. Wait. What position did he say? You said a strong safety. What if I don't want to be traded? Okay. Okay, so Patty will wants to stay. Then so Patty will not be traded. When do we get to use our free agent picks? You get to use it after the first round. And so it's the bottom, or it's the first 8 teams, i.e., the first 8 teams that are picking, and then the last 2 teams happen to be the 1 and 2 seeds, respectively. So that means that you get to use your free agent picks after the first round, and it just so happens that the Buffalo Bills have a first round bye. So that means you'd be in a position to get somebody after that first round of the teams that lose, that is. So if anything, yeah, you're in a prime position to use it after that first round because you guys have a first round bye, as do the Eagles. So anyway, let me just give you Mr. MJ at what was it again? Oh, strong safety. That's right. So that means I'll have to add strong safety as another position to put Mr. MJ in. But you got it, my friend. We'll just say that he trimmed weight to get to that point, which he very well could have. Okay. Okay, you got it. Let me catch up on the chat. Okay, cool. I'm out for the night. You just need a kicker. All right. Fair enough, though. But let's see. Diamond Light? Let me see. Can Oh, you know what? Um, Joshua. Um, if you are going to trade, there is one person I can trade you for. Well, that is on behalf of AJ. That is. You're better off trading me in exchange for Diamond Light because Diamond Light, he can play anything. He can play the kicker. He can play kicker for you because he has that ability to do that. Whereas Triple Beat doesn't have that ability, and then Patty doesn't want to be traded at all. So no, if anything by default, Diamond Light would be the guy that you would trade for in exchange to trade me over to Miami. So that's really the only option I can provide based on the information that I have. If you're good with that. But anyway, have a good night there, Mr. Atticus. Thank you so much for your help, my friend. I appreciate it. But it's up to AJ. Okay. You know what? I'll reach out to AJ. Hang on. Let me do that. And then before then, I'll address the last pick of Monty Mulshawn, and we'll go from there. Easy. All right, so I reached out to AJ. Oh, never mind, he's right there. Say his name and he appears. So, all right. So AJ, well, I mean, of course, even though you said it in the DMs, you'll do it. Okay, well, in that case, uh, let me uh, let me cross out Diamond Light's name, and then cross out my name, and then put in trade, as in you acquired this person via trade rather than draft him. So trade again. If I can get this stupid pen to work, Diamond Light. Awesome. I'm just updating the information as we speak right now, but also putting it on my notebook so I can remember. And then And then, of course, having traded for me, AJ, I can play the position that Diamond Light was going to play at strong safety, so I can play there. I can play for that. Okay. All right. Now we get to. Let me go back to the NFC East now. So now we get to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now I mentioned before that the Eagles have 2 third-round picks. You don't mind playing offensive line? Awesome. Carlos, I think you're going to be a very, very big help to the Patriots or whichever other team you end up playing with. But we'll see what happens though. So, so unless the Commanders or the Dolphins or whoever else is still in the chat, I mean, of course, Atticus left, so he's good for now. But oh, never mind, Joshua's out. So AJ, unless you want to trade in your free agent pick for one of Monty Molshan's third round picks, because he has 2 of them, one of which he acquired via a trade that was done by Dallas. Unless you want to do that, I'll have to make Monty Molshan's picks myself, and then for the Giants, they practically get whatever is or whoever is left by this point. But I just wanted to give anyone else a chance. If not, otherwise that's it. Yes, you do have a free agent pick, Joshua, but that's if you want to use it. If you want to use it in exchange for one of Monty Molshan's third round picks, let me know and I'll make that happen. And then you have another third round pick, my friend. And same thing for AJ if he wants to trade for that other third round pick. If he wants to. I will wait. I will await word and get confirmation, but I just wanted to at least give uh, proper heads up. So you'll save the okay. So Joshua's good. All right. So then the only other person to talk to is AJ. If AJ's interested, I'll give him a minute. If not, then I'll have to draft the last 3 people, 2 for the Eagles and then 1 for the Giants. And all right, well, have a good night there, Joshua. Thank you so much for coming in, man. All right. Dun 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 dun. All right, then that means I'll have to draft for Monty Molshan, and man, does he need all the help he can get. Let's see what we can get him. Let's see. There's 3 people left. Does he need a center? No. Does he need an offensive tackle? No, but I can let's see. But but I always list the needs based on like if there's a you know the top 3 needs, and some of them ended up tied for first, second, or third. Let's see, strong safety? No, can't find that. Um, Linebacker? Well, there 2 people can play linebacker. Okay, we got that. So okay, so as an outside linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, first of 2 third round picks, Next person on the list is oh wait. Louis Levanquier at offensive guard. I will pick. I will have him picked based on that's the biggest need. All right, not a problem there, Tenu. Thank you for coming in and congratulations on being drafted by, in this case, the Detroit Lions, 7th overall as a center, as that was the biggest need that the Lions had at the time. But congratulations and have a good night, my friend. All right, so Louis Levanquier will go at offensive guard for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's not a bad pick for out of all the guys he could have ended up with, he ended up with a guard who could help him. And Louis is no slouch. I mean, he is a former two-time or no, three-time Super Bowl champion, having been a linebacker and or better yet, a, a linesman defensively and offensively. And of course, I can imagine that and of course, Jose can attest to the skills of a Louis Levanquier, given how much he has worked with him in the house. So he is familiar with that. Good night, Patty, and everyone else. Okay, and then the other person who, let's see, strong safety, no. Linebacker, the only other linebacker I can come up with is okay. But of course, there's still one more pick, and that is the fourth, or the only fourth round pick, and that is for the Giants. And I'll announce that pick after this one, so give me a second. That is if I can. That is if I can use this stupid pen. And if anything, the next pick, this next pick is someone who is very close to Sean. So the next pick, the second of two, 3 round, third round picks. The other one is Switch Gaming at linebacker, which means that the New York Giants, by default, and this is someone who, okay, so we have a center, and let me see, defensive tackle, we got that. Um, let's see, can he play any other position? He could play defensive tackle. Um, well, they do need an outside linebacker, so I can add linebacker as another one. So that means that for the Giants, the last pick by default goes to the New York Giants. let me write this person down. The New York Giants, for the final pick by default, get Griffin Gamer at outside linebacker. And with that, I'm typing it. The draft is over. Yes, the draft is over. And after a number of trades, and yeah, I had to convert Griffin into a linebacker, but that's going to be fine. I mean, he's a young man. He can take it. So, so yes, Griffin Gamer does become the last pick, but who knows? Maybe Mr. Irrelevant becomes relevant. But then again, there's also the fact that Leo Angel was the first pick overall, and he can make a difference too. With all that said, congratulations to all the teams, and some teams made out with a lot of stuff, like the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they don't have as many free agent picks anymore, but they got a good haul. And the Giants got 4 additional players that could help them compete against some of the biggest names. Like, of course, the Giants, their first round matchup is against their own division rival, the Washington Commanders. And then the Patriots will face off against the Lions. The Cowboys will take on the Steelers, and the Dolphins will take on the Bengals. So those are the first round matchups. And of course, Buffalo and the Eagles, Buffalo and the Philadelphia Eagles will have the first round bye due to their status as, in the case of the Eagles, the Super Bowl champions IRL, and the Buffalo Bills as the perennial playoff championship contender that they always are, that they've always been. But also because they had a better record than the Commanders, that's the only reason they have the 9th overall pick as opposed to the 8th overall pick and the second seed. What an awesome draft. Congratulations to every team. And also congratulations to you, Brandon Cornwell, or Spike Ryan, because Xander Black, I mean, he gave up 2 free agent picks to draft you from the Eagles position, because you could have just as easily been an Eagle. But then again, who knows where you could have ended up. But But no, Xander, he pulled off a trade in order to get you, and we'll find out if that pays off. And we'll also find out if the trade with myself, or that includes me, and Diamond Light will come to fruition. Find out all of this and so much more next time on the Madden series. Of course, now the hard part comes. I got to make all the players, which is going to take some time. So if it takes a while, then that's the reason why. It's because I have to make 31 players, which it sucks, but I didn't want to make the players only to have to edit them right then and there. So I just wanted to like find out where they're going to start and then go off of that. But until then, I will see you guys next weekend, and I'll keep you posted as to what I'll be doing in Discord for those who are following me on Discord. But for those of you that are on YouTube, if you like what you see, you can hit the notification bell. So when I go live or whenever I release a video, you can see it. Until then, this is the Blue Toad to Jew22, signing off. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out. Thank you, guys.